Well, I first saw Ciera's love of the pool and water polo. I guess she always loved swimming. She loved going to the beach. She loved just splashing in the waves and loved her swim lessons when she was a kid. And I always talked up water polo because I just think it's the greatest game, and her brother was playing, and so I think just over the years she's grown to love it. I don't know a specific time, but I just have watched her over the years, and every year I've just seen her love it and become more passionate about it. So the first year was rough. The girls started off not winning any games, and Ciera wasn't super confident in her swimming, and I think it was, it was hard to keep their heads up because there was a lot of losses. And just last week, after they, got second place in the league this year, and she was like, I can't believe we went from winning no games to winning half our games to winning second place in the league and maybe going to CCS, and just seeing that pride and acknowledgement of how far she's come and how far all these girls have come and grown has just been magical.
Tell me about the character.
I think one of my favorite things about this whole experience is Ciera's a pretty quiet person, pretty introverted person, and she doesn't really take a leadership role intentionally, but I think she has that energy, and I think she has a force about her and a strength about her. It's kind of a quiet presence most of the time, but not always. Sometimes she gets fired up and fierce, and just seeing that passion and seeing the other girls respond to that, I think has meant a lot to her. And I know it's just been amazing for us as parents watching her step into that and become aware of her own, her own power and her own strength. When we first started, or when Ciera first started, she's tall, and her brother is a goalie, so she's like, oh, maybe I'll be a goalie. And so I think that was her original thought, and then she started that, and she's like, I don't want people checking balls with me all the time. And yeah, I just watching her recognize her strength and her power, and then recognizing how much stronger she wants to be. She'll come home from games, she'll be like, I need to work on my legs, and I need to, she recognizes how far she's come, but also how much more she wants to learn and grow. And I don't know, it's just been great.
this year.
I don't even know where to start and what I'm most proud of about everything. I'm proud of just how much stronger she is as a swimmer. I'm proud of how powerful she is as a player. I think I'm most proud of just how proud she is of the team, and of seeing her recognize how far this team has come and appreciating her own role in that. I think has been huge, because I think she knows that she's, a big part of the team, and it just makes my heart soar, just seeing how proud she is of herself and of all these girls.
There's an unbreakable.
I think she's in her element when she's playing this game. I think she is, the most herself when she's in the water and when she's playing. And I think it's this team. I think it's this group of girls. I mean, it's this sport for sure, and she loves this game. But the joy that she has playing with these girls for this team is just, there's nothing like it. There's just nothing like it. There's something so special and extraordinary about this team, and I think the girls know it. And I think they know it.
You're gonna miss this.
Oh, there's a giant water polo sized hole in my heart that's already opening up. I love everything about it. Oh, Ciera. yeah, every time I look at you, I feel more and more proud of who you are, and I just, I'm sorry. Yeah, we just couldn't be more proud of you. We couldn't love you more. You just bring us joy every single day, and we love you.
Yeah, like Siobhan said, Ciera always just loved being in the water, and one of my favorite things to do with her was just go to the pool and throw up in the air. You know, we did a lot of that, and thrown into and just jumped off the sides, and just seeing her grow that confidence around the water was great. And then she got in the junior guards, a Wahine project before that. Seeing her find her confidence in the water was great, especially living so close to the ocean. I was worried about it when our kids were little. I was a lifeguard when I was younger, and I was glad to see them become strong swimmers. So I think you can probably credit her fearlessness to her older brother Ronan. He was not an easy older sibling on her, so I remember thinking that she's gonna grow up strong, you know. And yeah, you see that come out in the pool, certainly. You know, I didn't play water polo growing up, and I actually wasn't exposed to it much. So when our kids first started playing it, it was brand new to me. I didn't have any expectations of, you know, how that sport's even played. So I learned it alongside them. Obviously, you know, Siobhan played. She knew a lot more about the sport, but for me, I was just impressed they could even be out there for that long. You know, I've tried to play that game a few times with the parents, and I've almost drowned every time. So I'm so impressed by anyone who plays that sport. And Siobhan knows this. I was like, when the kids were younger, I was like, I jokingly would say, shouldn't they be playing a real sport? And then once you know what water polo is, it's intense. So yeah, I'm impressed by anyone can do it at any level, but to see that competitive level, how good the girls have gotten, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, just to see her grow over the years. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. I remember her first goal, and I was just like so amazed she got a goal. Right? You know, I guess her freshman year in a varsity game. And now, you know, there was a game not too long ago. She had 7 goals, and I just couldn't believe it. You know, and I just so impressed by her ability to do that. And I remember coming home from one of those games and encouraging her to remember what this feels like, because I played some competitive sports in high school and a little bit in college, and you never get those days back, really. You know, you pick up game. It's not the same thing when you're playing in front of your friends, your family, and I encourage you to write a journal entry about what this feels like. You know, it's impressive. So yeah. Yeah, just power. You know, I think it's great, and when she does that move where she pushes off the set D and throws that ball in the net, I'm just so proud. You know, that's my daughter who just fired that shot in. I'm gonna struggle through these last questions. I'm more of a basket case than Siobhan is in these kind of things. Yeah, I'm just so impressed by how all the girls have grown in that sport. Like we've talked about, first season was rough, and just impressed that a lot of them, all of them, I think, stuck with it, right? And to see them now second in the league, it's just awesome. So impressive. Yeah, just Ciera's our second child and our last child, unless. Our last child.
Keep going.
And it's dawning on us. There's only a few games left. We'll get to see her play this high school. We're here now at the football stadium where Ronan played lacrosse, and these days there's only a few of them left, and just trying to soak it all in. Ciera, I'm so proud of all you've done in so many ways in life so far. It's not just water polo, but to focus on water polo, I'm just so impressed how far you've come, how good you've gone at that game, your passion for it. And I probably would have rather you get more passionate about basketball, but but it's great to see your love for this sport, and it's even more special that your mom played it, and your brother. It's been great. Congratulations. We love you.
So it is something that she, I think, has always really thought about, because her dad played water polo, and it was something that always was in the back of her mind, like, oh, that sounds kind of cool, but I don't think I could ever really do something like that. And so it took her until her sophomore year to really say, let's just give this a try and see what is so special about this sport. So she tried it out, and I think the first thing she said was, why didn't I do this last year? So that is her big regret, is that she didn't do, join the sport until her sophomore year. But it has definitely been everything she expected it to be and more. And it's something really special that she can share now with her sister and her dad's love of the sport. Yes, that was definitely a tough year, especially when it was so new to everyone pretty much on the team that, we're going to give this a go and just see what happens. And they still were all smiles after every single game. It didn't matter if they, lost by 20-1. They still were like, they could still find the good in everything they did, and how they were still kind of finding their way and figuring out like who needs to be in this role, who needs to be in this role, and how to kind of bring it together. So as tough as it was, I think it was a huge growing year for the girls, and all of those girls stuck it out and are here now. Yeah, they have been a great support team. High school is kind of a lot, and to always know that they have this group of girls that they can call on no matter what. They are all in different groups at school, and it doesn't matter. There's always someone that they can hang out with at lunch. There's somebody they can always call on for homework. They already have this kind of little built-in community, and it doesn't matter anything that's going on in their day, and they can just call on each other. So in the pool and out, I think they've just really killed it.
This year,
yeah, I think this year has everything just kind of clicked. Everything came together. Everybody found their role in a position that they really felt comfortable in. And then each of the girls supported each other in that new role. And they just kind of know how to help each other now. They know that they will always be able to depend on each other. Issa, I didn't know this about her, but she is definitely a stealing machine. And she really brought that out this year, which was really cool, just to kind of see her bring it and know that that is her thing, and be able to display that and be able to pass it on and share that with the rest of her teammates. Yeah, so me as a mom of Issa Jones has been very exhilarating. I love watching how she takes everything she's learned from the pool into her daily life. So I feel just all around she's gained a lot more confidence, and she's been able to share that, I think, love with her sister. It's so fun having sisters on the team together. They have a very special bond now, and they play completely different roles. So, they can really help each other. I love it when watching them kind of team up together. That's been really fun. And then kind of sharing what they've learned over the last couple of years with our new JV team. So that's been really cool that we've been able to actually have a team that's growing and have a girls JV team. So watching her kind of take them under her wing has been really special. Yes, watching Issa in the pool, I love watching how confident she is. She's always kind of a little director. She's always yelling at people to do this and do this. I feel like she kind of sees things before they really happen. She really kind of takes an overall scan of what's going on in the pool and kind of helps direct people. And then, she'll just go after that ball, and if she wants it, she's gonna go get it. So she has no problem stealing that ball and passing it on to anyone she sees available to take it down and score for the team. Issa, I just want to let you know that I am so very proud of you. I have enjoyed watching you grow in the pool and outside of the pool. Just watching your confidence grow has been a very special thing for me to see this year. I want you to know that you have so much to take with you. Don't let your journey end here. I know how much you love water polo, so I'd love to see you continue to play at the school you attend, or if not at the school you attend, maybe you can find a club close by. But I don't feel like your journey is going to end here, so I would really love to see you stay in the pool, keep up with that love you have that you share with your dad and your sister. I have really enjoyed watching you this season grow, watching your confidence grow. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see where you end up.
So this team, especially the older crew, the ones that we're focusing on here today, they've been together for at least 3 years, some of them longer than that, especially if you go back into the swim club days. And so it's just great watching them grow up. And I think they've also embraced new this year. We have the JV girls squad, which I'm extremely happy to get because now those girls get more experience. And I love the way that the varsity girls, all of them, have embraced the junior varsity girls, and they've all, they're all one big, happy, fun team. So I'm happy about that. I'm most proud of watching her shut down people at set. That's the position I used to play, and anybody who's played the sport knows that it's a pretty gnarly position. And I'm glad to see that she's such a strong, competitive, competent person back there. And you know, there's a lot of times when she gets hit, you know, errant balls, errant fists, errant fingernails, and you can see that she's in pain, but she just goes through it and she keeps playing, and she keeps liking it. So I'm very proud of her.
It feels like it's...
Well, she's not quiet, if you know her. But yeah, so when she first started, she wasn't sure she was going to make it, and now she's grown into a leader. So it's the life experience that we as coaches and parents want our kids to have. You know, they've started at square one and they've achieved all the goals that they've set out for themselves, and in the meantime, they've made great friends, known how to operate in a team environment, and they've learned a lot. It's great. It's all we can ask for. Yeah, so Kirsten's lucky. She's a coach's kid, so she got to hang around on deck before she was even in high school. And we threw her in there a couple times when she was an 8th grader, got her some experience. And Issa was very, what do I don't want to say the word protective, but I want to say she's very encouraging. And she wanted her, I could tell she wanted her sister to play there with her and be successful. So that's great. And Kirsten loves playing with her sister. She looks up to her older sister, I think. And they're great friends. That's what I want for my kids. I want them to grow up and be lifelong friends. And this is one way that you become great friends.
Can you take another?
Sure. So watching Issa and Kirsten play together reminds me of when I was a kid, and my brother and I, we played both in club and in high school together. And having your brother playing with you, especially when he was one of my best friends, is a great feeling, and I wanted that for my daughters, and I think they have it. I just want to tell you how much I'm proud of you. I tell you that every day, multiple times a day. You know it. I mean it. I'm very proud of you. I'm excited about all that you're going to do after this, including water polo. I'm very happy you found this particular sport, but I'm also very, very happy that you found all the rest of the things you found in your life. You're a wonderful kid. I'm so happy that I'm your dad. Love you, girl.
The biggest surprise is to find out how much she loved the sport, because when we first started this, she had told us like 6 years ago, I don't know if water polo is my thing. And now, like, water polo is her thing. She loves it. She loves being in the water. She likes the competition. The team has really bounced back, because if you can go 2 seasons with 1 win and keep coming back, I mean, it's you care a lot about your other teammates, and you care about the sport. And I think Lily definitely, like, I love her passion for the sport. And, you know, she's bouncing back from, we took a pretty good beating from Stevenson, and that was a hard loss, and she didn't like it, but she came back motivated the next time, and I don't know if I could do that. So I just like that resiliency. So I try not to cheer, because we were told we're not supposed to cheer because it's embarrassing. So I'm real quiet. But it's funny, because we'll have people ask, like, where is she in the video? And she has this very distinct, like, arm thing she does that, like, no one else does. And it's really fun to watch her, like, fake out the defenders or go up with the goalie and then just wait the goalie out, and as soon as she sinks down, takes her shot. Like, it's really cool to see how strong she is. Oh yeah, but with the fun comes the stress, because when you're always losing, you have nothing to lose, quite literally. And so the more they've started to win, the more they've realized, we're going to the playoffs, we're second in league. That's huge given the 4 years that they're a young team. But with that, every win, that win feels good, but that loss really hurts. And so I think all of us, I can't remember the game, was it Monterey? That we squeaked out a win by 1, and whatever game we had to go to double overtime. I think that's the most stressed out I've seen the parents, and the girls got out like, all right, that was good. I think all of the parents had stomach aches after that. It's funny because she has swam since she was like 3, and about middle school, she announced that she hates swimming, which I get it, because you're swimming for 2 hours looking at a black line underneath, swimming back and forth. And I remember her coach telling her, when you get to high school, it's a whole different thing. Like, club is one thing, but when you get to high school, it'll be different. The moment she got in that pool, even with water polo, she was like, oh, this is why the swimming has paid off, and this is fun, because you're in part of a team, you're part of a group, and if they struggle, you struggle, and if they struggle, you help pick them up. And it's been really fun to see her go from having fun but losing, to losing and wanting more, to then winning and wanting more, and also making sure that she takes care of her teammates. Those first 2 years were rough, and they never really got down on each other because they all took care of each other. And it's been fun to see her rally the team and have like team dinners at the house or team lunches and talk about the next game, or kind of tease each other on what they wish they could do. I mean, heck, we even had a gingerbread building contest at one of the tournaments just to get over one of the losses. And they all just, really proud of all of them for being able to shake off a loss. I'm really proud for her leadership and her just building that community. Okay, Bubug, I love you. And I'm so proud of when you said, I don't want water polo to be my sport, and now water polo is your sport. And I'm so proud that you stuck with it, but you love it, and you want to keep playing, and that you're bringing other people in to play the sport because you love it that much. And I really love that beyond the sport, you like the team. And win or lose, you're always there for your team. And it doesn't matter if you lose all 23 games, you were always there for your team, and mom and dad can't be any prouder than that. So I love you a lot.
Lily's journey to water polo was a little unconventional because she was always a swimmer, and she'd swam since she was 8, and just that was what she did. And I remember getting a couple of emails the summer before she started her freshman year from Coach Ennerline saying, hey, does Lily want to play water polo? Because he knew she could swim. And she was adamant. She was like, nope, nope, nope. She's like, I'm going to go run. And she was going to do cross country. And that's what I told Greg. I said, thank you, but no, she's going to do cross country. And she did. She started out cross country, ran for a couple of 2 weeks. And I still remember very distinctly her coming to me one night saying, I think I want to go to water polo. And I was like, do I need to remind you that you hate water polo and all ball sports? So then that's just kind of how we got there. The first couple of years were tough. We were such a new team, and so there wasn't a lot of foundation. The kids hadn't had that base of doing club, and the girls that were on the team were swimmers, and so a lot of those fundamentals of water polo they just hadn't built up yet. They didn't know how to catch a ball with one hand, for example. They didn't know the difference between offense and defense. So her sophomore year in particular was brutal. They won 0 games. I think for all of them, just a sheer sense of determination and resiliency. It takes a lot to show up every single day knowing that you haven't won, and to show up to a game and to show up to a practice and keep grinding and keep grinding and keep grinding and knowing that it has to get better. And I think that that's what they did. You know, they, after that sophomore year, a ton of them went and played club, and they all swam on the swim team, and they just all really dedicated to each other, and they dedicated to this team and this sport. And slowly but surely, junior year looked a little better, and this year's looking even better than that. I don't know that it's actually really clicked for her yet. I just think it's for her, it's a little more fun. Obviously, it's more fun to win. But I think, you know, that there's a grind in sports. It's, you know, it's long days, especially as a student athlete, and you know, you're going for 12, 13, 14 hours a day. You're not home until 8 o'clock at night, and then you're still doing homework and dinner and all of those things. And then you're playing in the off season, and you're playing through the winter when it's cold, and you're playing in storms. And so I think it's just knowing that all of that hasn't been for nothing. And really, it hasn't, for me, it hasn't been about the wins. I mean, those are fun. That makes it a little bit easier to watch the game. But I think to see the girls succeed together is what's been so awesome. I mean, they are just the most fantastic group of kids. And I think, like I said before, they really just committed to each other. And I think that was what's been most valuable. I think I can honestly say that every single minute of every single game, and I've sat and watched a lot, has just been pure joy. I mean, there hasn't been a single moment that has not been in one way, shape, or form. You know, even when we have this joke that when she was a freshman, she was really little, and this one girl just, I think she was from Monterey, just kept holding Lily underwater, and it was like whack-a-mole. She just kept getting held underwater, and Greg finally pulled her out because she just kept getting held under. And even through all of those, there has just been pure joy and pride for all of them. And it's just been an honor to watch them and to watch her. And so I think every single minute has just been my favorite. I really try to behave. I really try not to yell. I just can't help it. I just, you know, I sit there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be quiet. And you can't. It's just, you know, for the love of the game and the love of these kids and the love of the sport and everything that they've done. It's just, I got to do it. Sorry. Maybe like 3 minutes ago when you started interviewing me, I think I've been pushing it down a lot just because I know that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard not to watch them all together. And it's just been such a great community. Like I said before, it's just been such a blessing to be able to watch her do this and to give her this community and to watch them have built this. It's all on them. It's on them and Greg, and I just give them all the credit. And so I'm gonna keep pushing it down for a while. I'm gonna wear my sunglasses a whole bunch and a lot of waterproof mascara, and yeah, hold it together. It's just who she is. I just think she just was determined to do things, to do everything that she could to make them better. And I think, you know, they knew that it wasn't just about a practice and it wasn't just about working hard, but it was about, you know, maybe a team dinner, or it was about a lunch, or it was about sitting with someone else, you know, during practice or before practice or on the bus. I mean, it's because nobody's gonna want to work hard if they're not liked. No one wants to hang out with people who are mean to them, and I think, yeah, I mean, I would like to hope that to me is more important than any of the wins. Is just, you know, being a good person and building community and just fighting hard for your friends. Lily, it has just been an absolute joy and pleasure, and just the greatest blessing to be able to watch you play. And I'm so proud of you. And I don't really think, like, people say proud, but just that word doesn't really do it justice. You're an amazing kid, and I'm just super, super grateful to be your mom and to have been able to watch you do this for the past 4 years. Okay, turn that off now. Thank you. Goodbye. And done.
So she was probably 6 or 7, and we were part of a swim club, and she got the special award because she would go and practice like twice a day, just because she absolutely loved it. And the butterfly has been her stroke. So she is. When she was a sophomore, started water polo, and it's just, I think her background in swimming has really, really helped her. She's a strong swimmer and she's comfortable in the water, and she can stay with just about anybody. And I'd say the big thing is she had never played before, so I think having water polo is a very aggressive sport, and she wasn't quite used to that physical contact that she was getting. And I think the first time she came home with a black eye and said, "I don't know where it came from," was a turning point for her. And she's taken, I think she's given as much as she's taking, and she's embraced that. I think I took it harder than she did. And that's kind of just the way she is. And she looked at the bright side. It's like, well, we did score a goal, even though the score was 15-1, we scored, and that's just kind of the kid she is. So I'd say the thing I'm most proud of Lillian in the water is that she doesn't give up. She'll always track somebody back. She'll go length to length, end to end in the pool, and doesn't ever give up. So even if she's 10 yards behind and the person's 5 yards from the goal, she's still pounding, trying to catch up to them, and maybe she can catch an elbow as they're trying to shoot to knock the ball out of their hands. So when I first saw her just maul somebody on defense, I was a little bit surprised, because that's not typically her personality. She's more, a lot of people might think that she's quiet and reserved, but I mean, we see another side of her at home, obviously. But yeah, she's got another side when she's in the water. Lillian and her wet shot, yes, has become kind of a signature move for her. Everybody on the team, it was actually mentioned in the senior night. Coach Enterline has mentioned it, and it's just something that is natural to her. And I've asked her about it, and I asked Coach Enterline, and he goes, everybody practices it. It's just Lillian's got the knack for it. So I'm sure there's some kind of process that it takes to do that just seems to have clicked for her, kind of like the butterfly clicks for her. So I think it's great, and the team as a whole has really come together, and these kids, especially the seniors, have all been together for quite a while and played club team as well. And I think the big thing is that I hope they take from this, and I'm sure they will, is that hard work and persistence / dedication leads to being successful, and that's a life lesson that they can take with them forever. Yeah, I mean, they 3 years ago they were defeated, meaning they didn't win any, and this year they're seeded number 2, so they're in the playoffs and have a good shot of going to CCS, and that's a huge jump for them. Lillian, we're so proud of you, of what you've done in the pool, not just the success that you've had, but the growth that you've had. And it's been great traveling around California, going to pools all over the place, and keeping us in 100-degree temperature when it's 52 degrees in PG. So we couldn't be more proud of who you've become as a leader and a teammate. And, these things will go with you forever. So, love you.
Well, Lillian has always been a swimmer ever since she was super little, and we were on the neighborhood country club summer swim team, and she's always really loved water sports. And then she got to high school and knew she wanted to be on the swim team in the spring, and all her friends tried to talk her into water polo, but she didn't do it freshman year, and then finally got convinced to go for it sophomore year. and she loved it immediately. She loved the team aspect. She loved the camaraderie. She felt comfortable in the water, so I think that helped a lot. And then once she understood the sport and got more confident, it was no looking back. She just loved it. It's not fun to lose, for sure. But the girls did great. They had such great attitudes, and I think they really recognized the value of being part of the team beyond the wins. And I think that the losses really helped build their resiliency and their character and their determination. And it's just made the wins that much sweeter. And it's been so fun to watch them really appreciate starting to win this year and having such a successful season. I love to see Lillian get pumped up. She can be pretty mellow sometimes and doesn't always display a ton of emotion. But when she does, when she gets out there and she or her teammates do something really great in the water, it's just fun to see her light up, whether it's about something she did or something one of her teammates did or something they did together. Just seeing the joy that being part of the sport and part of the team brought to her. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to remember she's one of 3 girls, and you know, things things get a little heated at home sometimes. So I've definitely seen her battle it out at home. So it wasn't totally surprising to see that she had an aggressive side in the water. But again, just to see her sort of light up and turn it on when she needed to was fun. Yeah, it was just really fun to see the fruits of all of their work over the past several years. And you know, I know there were a couple girls that started their freshman year, and so for them, I'm sure it was even that much sweeter to have that extra year behind them. But to just finally start to see their hard work pay off, and to see them come together as a team, and it's really sweet that there's so many of them graduating together this year. I mean, I think it's bittersweet to the girls who are younger than they are, but just really fun to have 5 other seniors to celebrate, you know, this final year with. Lillian, your dad and I and your sisters are super, super proud of you and all that you have accomplished, all that your team has accomplished. It's been so fun to watch you play and to watch you grow just as a person, watch your character development and your appreciation for hard work and dedication. And you may, hopefully you will play water polo at some point in your future just for fun, but you know, the skills and the lessons and the things you've gained from being part of this team the past several years, you're going to carry with you throughout life. And I'm just so proud of you, and it's been super fun to watch you play. And we're sorry it's over.
So Owyn has always been a water baby. She was fixated on aerial as a little one and was in the water. She took swim lessons. She was just drawn to the water. But it wasn't until her older brother, Bryce, joined the water polo team in 2019. He was a senior, and he dragged her brother, Hazen, into water polo. And she was just like, what is going on? She went to some games with me. And before I knew it, she was like, that's the sport I'm going to do in high school. And I was like, okay, great. Because she didn't really have a sport at the middle school. You know, she had softball, she dabbled in sports. And so for her to have this new goal of becoming a water polo player in this new sport that was happening in our community was so exciting. And, you know, we all loved that first season in 2019. So I think that really built up for her that connection piece. You know, her brothers loved it, and she just loves and adores them. So she followed them, and they led the way. So that's how she came to the water polo. Whew. It was very tough to watch these young ladies build a trust in each other and build their communication and understand how to work together. I mean, I'm just so glad that they struggled together so they could really, join in on that victory level. It's just been so great to see them go from, scattered to coming together and teamwork. And I'm just so proud of them. They've just grown so much, and I know these are skills that are going to take them far. So this year actually was really difficult for Owyn. She had a rough start, but I just really appreciated her perseverance in keeping getting in the water, despite side things that were going on like sickness and other things that were just pulling her away. But she always knew water was home. She knew the girls were home. She knew they were a team, and they communicated well with their texts, and so they knew what was going on. And I just really appreciated them always welcoming her back, making her feel a part of the team. And I just love this group of girls because they're strong. They are really they're that touchstone for each other of checking in and supporting each other through the good and the bad. Well, I think, when she watched her brothers play and not win any games, she learned that it wasn't about winning or losing. Water polo is about friendship. It's about fun. It's not this, they're not going to hang their success on a win or a loss. It's going to be, did we do our best? Did we play our best? Did we leave everything at the water? And I think that's the one thing that has always gotten them through those times of wins and losses, because they really feel so connected, and they find that connection piece that's going to carry them through. And they realize too that it's a game. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. And I think they're very grounded in the reality of that. And that's what helps them move forward, keep going, and keep pushing each other in such a great way. I'm the proudest of Owyn when I see her just doing what she can to fit in, to play. And even if she's just assisting, she's stoked. I'm so proud of her that she does her part in contributing to the team and always wanting to set the team up for success. And I think that's what makes it such a great sport, is that you have that bigger picture of the whole group, not so much individuals, and everybody just wants their team to do well and everybody to feel included and have the opportunity to participate. Owyn, this has been an incredible journey with you in watching you play this sport that is so intense yet fun. It's brought you so much growth as an individual and knowing how to push yourself in situations where you have never gone before. And I'm so proud of you for having the perseverance to keep going, to not give up. Even when things were tough, you showed up, and I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you do next. I love you, baby girl.
Well, like Natalie mentioned, it was definitely an influence from her older brothers playing on the team. And, standard issue girl raised with boys. She was a rough and tumble kid and just wanted to do what her brothers did ever since she was little. Not many people know this, but Owyn actually drowned when she was 2.5. And it was absolutely terrifying time for our family. And fortunately there was a family member that was nearby that knew CPR and was able to revive her, and she spent some time in the hospital and ultimately was okay. But extremely terrifying moment in our family's history. And the day after she got out of the hospital, we left on an already planned vacation, and that night we stopped somewhere halfway to our destination and wound up getting back in the pool, the hotel pool, as a family. Just figured, you know, let's try to work through this fear together and get her back out there. So you know, for us all to overcome this fear of water, for her especially, and for her to wind up in a sport that's water oriented is really really something to admire as a parent. The resilience of a kid that's that fearless, and I think that her experience in water polo will serve her well in life. You know, she knows she can do hard things, and yeah, that's what makes me really stoked on her experience with water polo. Yeah. Oh, it's really cool to see these kids get fired up while they're doing something so incredibly difficult. To sustain that level of energy and that level of communication is intense. I can't imagine how exhausted you get. Having not played the game myself, and watching the endurance that it takes to stay out there and move quickly and stay engaged is really, really impressive, and it just makes me really proud that she's gravitated towards a sport like this that includes such great players, great parents, great coaches. Owyn, it's been a real pleasure watching you grow, and both as a player and as a young woman, and we're really, really proud of the person you've become and can't wait to see what else you accomplish in this life. Very proud of you. Love you, Owyn.
Raysa has been an ocean baby her entire life. She has always loved the water, but showing an interest in water polo was in high school. And so Raysa got integrated really quickly into the water polo team and family, and has not quit, and has just dived deep and gone from like a losing season to them just doing amazing this last year. So that's where she got her start. Always has loved the water. Raysa, I never thought Raysa was a team sport athlete. I remember her playing soccer at like 5 years old, and she liked it, but she's always the social kid and wasn't really like the team sports kid. And we did various things. She did karate for a lot of years, and she tried field hockey in high school, her freshman year. And I think field hockey was where she really grew to love the idea of a team sport and having a team as your built-in friends at school. And she just absolutely loved that experience, even though she didn't get a lot of playing time on the field, but loved the idea of playing a sport and being on a team. When Raysa started playing water polo, it was like everything clicked together. Her love of water, her love of people, and the group she was with, the girls she was training with and swimming with, it just like it all came together. And being at a new school, it was just an awesome way for her to dive in and meet a bunch of people. And seeing her in the water was second nature for her, but playing a sport with a ball was a whole different thing, and it was so fun to watch. Although it was a little painful at first, but I mean, going from sophomore season to senior season, it's crazy how much she has just improved like crazy, and just that backhand is insane. I dream about it. I don't ever remember her being disappointed with her season. She had so much fun, and they all worked so hard that it was just, I know it mattered, but it didn't really matter, and it just made them want to work harder for next season, and just motivated them for like, next season we're going to work harder. And so all of them did things like playing club water polo and doing clinics and just increasing their skills in different ways. But they were always just motivated to get out there and play again next season. It was never like dejected, like I'm not going to play this anymore. There was no option, like no, we're doing this next season. Watching this season was just so fun. It was the culmination of the years of hard work and seeing them not only win games but play really well as a team and still growing in their strengths. Like this year, I remember Raysa tried her backhand shot like several times and wasn't getting it, and then suddenly she got it and was scoring with her backhand till she got injured. But watching them this season, and especially watching Raysa this season, she went from, I remember like her sophomore and junior year, she would get rolled a lot because she's aggressive and she's feisty in the water, but she didn't know how to control that. And this season, she still was super strong and ferocious, but was able to control it in a way where she wasn't getting rolled. She wasn't getting penalties called on her. And that was super fun to see her being double teamed and like just guarded like crazy and just fighting so hard and doing a really good job of it. There was so much growth. This season was just an absolute joy to watch. Oh man, those girls. I think my favorite time was when we had a tournament up in Roseville and we went shopping up at Macy's and everyone at the mall. So everyone went to different stores, but then they all gathered together. And this was when the JV and the varsity were one team. And so we had the JV girls and just all of them, everyone from freshmen to seniors. And they all came back and showed each other the little things that they'd gotten. And everyone was so excited to see everyone's things, and just their bond that they have together is more than just in the water, it's everywhere. Like they love to hang out and do team dinners, and just the love that they have for one another and the support that they give each other is just, I just absolutely love seeing it. And it's been so awesome for Raysa to have that family around her. Raysa, I am just so proud of you, and I hope that you are proud of yourself, and you are just an amazing person that is strong and fearless, and I just love you with my whole heart, and I know that you will have so many great things coming your way and that this is just the beginning. But congrats on an amazing water polo season. Oh, I love you. I love you. Did I say I said I love you so much?
Raysa has always loved the water. I remember taking her to the sports center, and she just, from a very early age, jumped in, fearless, just with complete abandonment. And it has always been a competitive kid. She's the oldest of 3 girls, and so she's competitive whether she's in the water or someone has taken her eyelash curler. She's going to be fierce, competitive. And so those two things we didn't really see come together fully until water polo. I mean, she had played soccer, she had played field hockey, she had gone out for the lacrosse team. I spent $380 on a stick, and she never played. I'm not saying I'm bitter, but it happened. And then water polo came, and it was like just this culmination of everything that she was. Like this kid that loved being in the water, that was fiercely competitive, and then like that social aspect. So that was really special for us to come out and see these games. And I remember the first year just being excited and pretending as if wins and losses didn't matter, because they really didn't, because the girls were all learning. It was a long season for sure, and we would invite family members out, and they would say things that made you feel as if we were watching the Special Olympics. Like, they're trying so hard and they want to win so badly. And that first year was just really tough. But everyone that knows Raysa loved watching her enthusiasm and watching her play. Last year, as I got better, it kind of like I could see the dads around us, Jimmy and Kevin, and like all of us start to go, oh, we might have a chance. Like they're doing well, and I think we got more wrapped up in it with their success last year and getting hoarse at games, like just getting so excited and cheering. And these girls put in so much effort. I remember Raysa coming to me and saying, "I'm going to do MBU. I'm going to work in the off season. We've got this regimen. We want to have a good senior year." And so this year coming back and watching them win, watching the teamwork, watching their shots, it was amazing. It was just amazing to watch all of this, this fruition of their hard work. And for Raysa, for me, watching Raysa specifically get closer to this group of girls, and the accountability of we're going to work together, the accountability of we're going to get up early and go work out was incredible. It was incredible to watch. I especially loved Raysa developing a nice shot from the outside, swimming, watching her some give and goes with Lillian or Lilikoi or Ciera or Issa, like just that camaraderie of they know exactly where to be. It was incredible. Raysa's backhand, like I can see it in slow motion. You don't have to put that on there, but like I love that. Like just watching her score, and then she'll look over at the stands and just smile and nod. And that's the thing that I just loved about it, is like she brought so much fun to it. The cannonballs into the water when she was coming into play, the getting rolled at times and stopping and just kind of looking at us and just shaking her head. Just I love that personality coming through in the water, and it was fun. It was fun until last year at the parent game, when I thought that the girls were standing on the bottom of the pool the whole time. So when I swam out there to defend, I was like, wait, you can't touch the bottom. And I got thoroughly dominated. I mean, I had to rethink everything about my life that had led me to that point. Like Raysa at one point put her hand up on my shoulder and pushed me under, which was a metaphor for our relationship, and then just absolutely threw it into the goal. And it felt right. But that was a painful night. I think for a lot of the parents, it was painful. I think like a minute in, I was swimming to the side yelling sub, and no one came in because I thought I wanted a sandwich. But the girls on the team have been fun to root for. They're just great kids. They're high character. I love watching them with how much they've invested in the JV team, the freshman girls, and how excited they are about the JV team's success. And I think that's just a high character thing that is a testament to what great young ladies they all are. I think it will be tough to not see Raysa out there playing, and as she moves on and goes to college. MPC is fine. It's close. It's right around the corner. We can give her rides. Sorry. Please don't go to MPC. It's so mean. Aim higher, like CSUMB.
There's nothing wrong with MPC.
MPC's great. Hi, I'm Brian Denton for MPC. Do you want a college nearby that your parents can be happy for you? I think as Raysa goes on and goes to college, it will be tough to not have those games in the fall. I can just see me and Jimmy and Kevin and our friendship just slowly falling apart, or we don't talk anymore. Raysa, it's been incredible to watch you grow, to watch you play water polo with your buddies, to come out and root for you. I'll never forget that last second goal against, I think it was Harbor High School, and just I acted like a crazy person because I'm so proud of you and am so thrilled that you've been able to invest so fully in this and invest so fully in the girls on your team. I'm thankful that after each game, you still give your parents a big hug, and you're excited that your life is in this way a product of your hard work. So proud of you. I love you so much, and am thankful that we got the opportunity to root you on. I love you, kid.